Kind of that cross wrist series that you were doing. Did you have that before you came to Iowa?
Yeah, I work on it every day. I think it's something I developed in high school, and then it just works a lot for me in college when I'm able to get it. So anytime I'm able to get that cross wrist, I try to take advantage because it could really blow a match open like it did today.
Kyle, welcome to Iowa. Your coach said patty cake and after the first period. What kind of changed? What turned on in the second period? I believe it was 3 near falls you had.
Yep. That first period is always feeling a guy out. I think in practice, you try to get rid of that first period. You really try to score in that first 3 minutes is a huge advantage. So obviously another thing to work on still. But again, in that second period, it really blew open that match. So I'm thankful that that top rod really was able to blow that match open, like I said. But I need to do more work in that first period. Stop the patty cake, like Coach said. Get a takedown, get 2 takedowns, put me in a little bit better position going into the second period.
You've obviously wrestled him a lot in your career. Given the way the duel started, though, how much of it was this kind of a nemesis to get out and get a big victory like that, Tech Paul Mage or something like that in that kind of scenario, even though you wrestled him close before?
I've been in so many matches and team situations where a guy or two might lose before me, so there might be a little bit more pressure, but I'm a veteran, so I think I'm really skilled in that position. Mentally, I'm very strong. So no matter what happens before, I'm going to wrestle the same. Try to look for a big win, try to look for points to be scored. I think that's a big emphasis on my wrestling right now is scoring a lot of points. So going forward, that's what I've been focusing on, and that's what I went into the match focusing on.
Kyle, I believe this is your first time at Carver-Hawkeye as a wrestler, right?
Yep.
What was the reality to what you expected before you wrestled here?
Man, you can't really. It's hard to expect Carver-Hawkeye Arena. You see everything from the YouTube clips and Instagram reels, but there's nothing like it when you get out there. The fans here are so passionate. They're so proud, and I'm thankful that I even got the opportunity to come out there today and that there are so many fans there. So, hearing that crowd behind me when I'm on top or I just scored a takedown, it's amazing. It's wonderful. I love it. These fans are the best in the country. Everyone tells me that, these fans are the best. And tonight I really got to experience that, so it was awesome.
Did you hear any particular sounds or something, a message from some fan that you'll remember?
My mom's here today. I'm not sure if I heard her, but some lady was very adamant about me, and I hope it was my mom, but yeah.
Wasn't your brother here also for Stanford?
Yes, yeah.
And he weighed in today, right?
Yes, he did.
In fact, I think they may have accidentally suggested you may be wrestling him.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
My brother EJ, he wrestles at Stanford. He's a freshman this year. He's 149. So obviously he's a redshirt right now, but he always wanted to wrestle me. He told me before. He told my mom before that he wants to wrestle me. So I know in reality, the coach probably won't send him out there, but that little possibility is really fun. Just to talk about that real quick, I love my brother, and just to be in a spot where we're both wrestling in Division I is amazing. He's at Stanford, he can't go to a better school academically. So I'm so proud of him, and more than anything, I didn't really feel pressure from I'm going to wrestle my brother, but I was just so proud that he's here. That's a really cool thing to be in college with your brother in the same place. My mom was able to come out here and watch us both, but it was amazing. It was really fun.
How would you describe your Iowa experience so far since arriving here?
And it's amazing. There's no other place in the country that loves wrestling like Iowa, and that's what you hear all the time, and that's really what I'm experiencing. It's a lot different than Arizona, it's a lot different than California, but there's no other place in the world that loves wrestling this much. So
what are those differences? You said there's differences. What
I think just the culture. You go to California, you go to Arizona, they love football, they love basketball, they love other things, but you come here, football and basketball is still here, but wrestling is important. You go to a grocery store, you go to a restaurant, people know wrestling. You go to the arena and everyone knows wrestling. So it's really fun to be in that kind of culture in the town like this where wrestling is something you can be proud of. It's not just something that's an afterthought. So I love that.
You've already done a lot. Did you need this to fulfill your career?
I wouldn't say fulfill my career. A lot of things that my family maybe suggested to me was, maybe Iowa has something that I've been missing this in my career to get to the top of that podium. that's just something I've been thinking about. But I think it's always been in me to be the best that I could be. But I'm always growing. I'm always trying to get better. So I think that's something I know it can happen here, and it's impossible to get better here. It's impossible to not get better here. So yeah.
What is it that Iowa's giving you right now that you think can get you to the top of the podium like you want to do in your final year?
It's a lot of things. What comes to mind is mindset. I think just knowing that it is whatever I need to do is what I need to do, and it's very personalized. It's not something where someone's telling me exactly what I need to do. It's coming from within me, and they're bringing it out of me, and that deep down, that desire to be the best is coming from within. So it's not coming from outside sources. So I think that's one of the main things that's been instilled here, and that's going to be progressed over the season.